Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema Magazine. The new TV series is called Hollywood, and I'm here with two of the stars, David Corenswet and Jeremy Pope. Guys, as you can see by my background, I'm going to kind of start in that direction. Can you honestly drive by a gas station now and think differently after having gone through this experience?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah.
If I were to drive by a gas station that looked like that, I would definitely have different thoughts. But that's the great thing. It's like gas stations were a different situation back then. They had a lot more style. You know, you could have a whole experience at a gas station.
A lot more options, service options.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to ask you, because over the course of TV and cinema history, a lot of women have played roles where they are people for hire. And now the tables are turned and you guys have to go through that experience. Did it give you a new insight or appreciation for what people are sometimes having to do to survive? Jeremy?
Yeah, for sure. I think, our show tackles this kind of big what if, giving so many people opportunities, rightfully so, but just equal opportunities. I think even now in 2019, 2020, we're still striving and fighting for more of that. So it is interesting when we set our show, our fantasy show in the 40s, and now we have to go through some powerful women or the women end up making bigger decisions than we think. But again, I think that's just special, and that is the overall message and tone of what we're trying to send out there. David?
Yeah, I mean, the experience of slowly and deliberately undressing in front of Miss Lapone at her behest. That was an image that Ryan, I think, really wanted to have in there, was the tables turned, the powerful woman seated and relaxed, and the nervous young kid, the guy having to take his clothes off, and he's not quite sure whether he's doing the right thing or he doesn't feel totally comfortable. I think the great thing about Ryan's spin on that table turning is that he gives it a lightness. It's not, for so many people who really experience that, that can be a really traumatic, dark kind of experience. And the show does explore that, especially in Rock Hudson and Henry Wilson's relationship, which was really abusive and really dark. But I think Ryan likes to sort of add a lighter touch with some of the storylines. For Jack, yeah, maybe he's compromising his morals a little bit, but he's not scared for his life. He's kind of enjoying it. Patty's character, Avis, is this like glamorous, rich, beautiful woman. So he's getting a little something out of it. So it adds that slightly more playful, lighter touch to this turning of the tables.
Jeremy, I want to ask you as well, because watching the trajectory of Archie, and I don't want to say too much of where it goes, but at some point in the show, you see what he's doing means so much to people outside of his kind of station, so to speak, that people are aware that he is making inroads. And I was just wondering, talk a little bit about that, how you view the show and what it's representing.
Yeah, for sure. I think, there's interesting things that happen within our show, and I think can happen when you are kind of representing a community of people, which is what I think Archie is doing. He's representing the Black voice, and that's kind of what his dream is. He's hopeful to be a screenwriter who isn't just known as being a race screenwriter, isn't just writing pictures for colored folks, but writing them, in a commercial way for everyone. So he's using this experience about this woman, Peg and Twistle, who, jumps off the Hollywood sign because she doesn't feel welcomed and seen and heard. And that's kind of like his day-to-day experience. So I think he is aware of that early on. He knows that his way into Hollywood is maybe writing a story about a Peg and Twistle, about a woman that isn't Black, but is white. And that maybe those people that he is trying to win on his side, he's trying to get them to see and hear him. If maybe we pull from their narrative or something that they can relate to, that we can really see that we're kind of all in the shared experience of really striving for something or wanting something. And then I think there's an interesting moment, at least for me, that I thought was interesting when we were filming, is between Archie and Laura, who plays Camille, the Black actress who's on contract at the studio head. And it kind of becomes this crabs in a barrel moment because, you want them both to succeed. But again, if both of them succeed, doesn't mean that it becomes a race picture, which is something that Archie doesn't want. So it's this conflict of, hey, I'm rooting for you. I want the best for you. Like, sister, I see you. But like, also, like, is that going to get in the way of what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do? Which is take it to the top, take it to the next level, do something that a Black screenwriter hasn't done yet. All with a playful tone of it, Hollywood. But I do think we talk about some very interesting topics in regards to in regards to race, and how those two characters specifically have to navigate the studio system to get to where they want to go.
Sadly, I have run out of time, but gentlemen, congratulations on the show. It's really terrific. And this is Scott Orlin. Till next time.
Thank you so much, Scott.